Hello, everyone. Happy New Year 2022. I'm super excited to have you again here, everybody. 30 Minutes in Dash. I'm your host, Felix Mago. I'm the co-founder of Dash Next, Dash Thailand, several entities within the decentralized Dash network. We call them DFOs, Dash Funded Organizations. So here we are again for another 2 weekly session on Dash, on what's happening in crypto, in the metaverse, in NFT, in DeFi 2.0, in all these topics that we regularly discuss. I have again with me today Mr. Shiva Badola, expert on marketing, expert on growing channels. Happy to have you again. Happy New Year, Shiva. How are you?
Hey Felix, how are you? Happy New Year, firstly, and doing fantastic. It's a great start to the year already. Everyone's in the vibes, all everything positive. So yeah, super excited.
Absolutely, yeah. Just here, you are on a lockdown shopping tour. I had kind of a lockdown New Year, so it's going to be an exciting New Year. Lock yourself at home, and get the work done. Let's take it positive.
Ab- Absolutely. I was just reading that the most searched Google most Google searched term was this is the new normal for 2021. So I think that sets the tone for how people are already ready for what is going to happen in the future. So yeah, I mean, super stoked, super pumped, and always happy to chat with you,
Likewise,
Felix.
man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of topics I want to touch on. I mean, firstly, we are kind of it's called 30 minutes in Dash, so we usually talk a lot about the whole market and kind of try to find a bit of the context where Dash fit in. I just had a great call yesterday uh, with one guy from the Dash Core group, DCG, which is the mainly US focused DFO that is really taking care about the development of the core blockchain solution. Obviously, Dash wanted to release their next release, the next big thing in Dash, which was called Evolution back in the day, and now it's called Dash Platform, which will give us smart contract capability, which will basically bring a lot of things, data contracts, usernames. So there's like a variety of cool features that are about to come. It unfortunately has been delayed a couple of times, but truth is the market is moving forward, right? And I guess we from Dash kind of see that. We um, we are discussing internally a lot, what could be the best moves to keep up relevancy and everything. Obviously, we actually had a cool year last year. We rolled out several features, especially with the work of DCG and the whole team there, which was kind of a fast pass was the name of the network, which was an exchange partnership where several exchanges came together with Dash and integrated our feature called Instant Send, which then enabled for users to send Dash funds from exchange to exchange without waiting for block confirmations. So everybody of you who ever sent a transaction from an exchange to an exchange knows that this is mostly a very either ridiculously expensive endeavor or a very slow endeavor, or in the worst case, it's both, meaning you pay 25 bucks just to wait 12 hours until your money is at another exchange, and then you can start bargaining, right? So it depends what your trading strategy is, but obviously there's a lot of trading strategies that can profit from moving money around fast, being able to execute on arbitrage opportunities and all that. So this was like one thing we launched last year. There was another kind of quick exchange together with Liquid, where we enabled Dash to fiat money or to other currency in a very seamless, super user friendly way. And yeah, I mean, now we are waiting for a kind of platform and these smart contract capabilities. So kind of one thing I would like to discuss with you, Shiva, how do you see it? Like I mean, with all the NFT craze, with all the DeFi, is there even room for all these OG blockchains that don't have smart contract capability? I mean, look at Dash is not only alone, right? We have Litecoin, we have Dash, we have Bitcoin, that are, you know, kind of beautiful tech pieces of technology. But the question is, you know, how can you develop this in alignment with what everything else that is happening on the market? So what do you see are kind of, you know, what is the requirement for a blockchain in 2022 is my question to you.
That's a great question, Felix. I mean, uh, as you said, the industry is moving at a really, really fast pace. For each native blockchain to have all of the different aspects of, let's say, being able to support an NFT marketplace, or being super low in transaction fee and high in terms of transaction speeds, having the options of staking the crypto, either a POW or a POS, in ways, I mean, earning yield on it. So for every native chain that there is, uh, I think the major aspect and plan for all of these, and we have seen in the past year, was to push and have all of these different little segments within themselves. For the major reason that they can capitalize all the market space that there is. So if you look at NFTs in general, it has attracted billions of dollars of people who were artists and related to services in art, etc. And suddenly all of this money and people and the craze has been flowing into the crypto space because of something like an NFT. And the same goes for yields, in terms of how DeFi is changing, how banks work, and all of those folks are coming into the space. So I would say one of the most important things would be just to like capitalize on all of these different market spaces that there is, and sustaining that for the longest time that goes forward. I mean, having the capabilities of hosting metaverses would be, I think, one of the most crucial things, I would say right now.
Okay, that's a great answer. So you mentioned already a couple of aspects that are probably worth dissecting a little bit. You say transaction speed, transaction fees, obviously, the kind of like potential to cooperate with other marketplaces out there, and the ability to do something with NFTs is kind of the topics you mentioned, right? As I did before, I would throw in DeFi, staking, like all kind of automation on the financial level would be something. And last but not least, like the capability of DAOs of doing, let's say, the modern form of work in any capacity, right? So
Absolutely.
I was thinking the same. We are actually working right now or we are in conversations with a few marketplaces and NFT projects out there to see is there any cooperation we can do with Dash. But actually, yesterday in a conversation, I just want to share. I kind of realized one thing. We are talking about DAOs for forever. We are talking about all this new form of work, this new form of inclusion forever. But the truth is, every DAO I see, it's there is not much happening in the DAO, but there's many DAOs with a lot of money, yet I don't see many proposals coming out in these DAOs. I don't see any easy front ends that me as a user who is not too deep into a community or into a project has really a chance to even apply for any of the funds that are available for a DAO, to know what is kind of valuable for this community, and to start engaging in the process of saying, hey, I have an idea, I want to get funding, I want to get that from the community. And I have to say, like, um, all these delays on Dash platform and something aside, I have to say for me, the number one strong asset in Dash still is this very clear and easy process to involve into the DAO. It's a very open and welcoming community there. And I have to say there's funds available, right? So what I was thinking actually is, why not start there and to say, hey, you know, we it's about people. It's about people who have a passion to do something, and who kind of have a higher incentive to fulfill their passion by giving them basically a salary to do anything, right? So whoever who is listening to this, check out dashcentral.org. there you will see a lot of proposals. Feel always free to reach out to me, Felix at -next.org, to kind of hold your hand a little bit, to guide you through that process, or to kind of introduce you into the community, to maybe discuss ideas with you guys. So for me, I really think it would be very helpful to kind of have these partnerships with NFTs, with NFT creators, to have anybody who wants to create something in this space, based on the Dash treasury, and in an optimal scenario, it comes in a way that you can also build a company that gives back to the Dash DAO. And I think these are exactly these radical concepts, right? It's not only to have a fund from a DAO and give that to people. Obviously, that's a problem because it's very hard to understand, but it's also to create value while you're doing this. So this goes from my side. I mean, Shiva, did you actually ever look into a DAO? How would you approach it?
I mean, DAOs, it's a phenomenal concept. Just how blockchain has disrupted a lot of technologies in general. I think DAOs are trying to disrupt the way companies, organizations around the world work on the same concept of how having decentralized autonomies are not in existence at all. So it's power back to the people, to the community, to decide how to take on the future. I think that's a really cool concept. Just stemming from the fact that everyone has the right, which is equal, it's transparent, and if you look at a lot of ideas in general that exist, a lot of them don't take off because there's a lot of blockers, because of things like not having enough transparency within community, within organizations, uh, having having too much power within too less people. So all of these things actually become hindrance in a lot of ideas and companies and organizations to grow. So DAOs in general have really taken over the whole aspect through that. I recently have gotten introduced to them because of how new DAOs are coming into the space as well, and trying to solve different aspects of fund management, or different things in general, ranging from finance to essentially how a company or a community should work. So it's a really cool concept, and I think the one thing that I would take away is the idea of giving back to the community as a whole, to take the shots and call the shots, basically.
And okay, how would you like? What does that specifically mean? The last thing you said, giving power to
So
other people, or what are you referring to?
Just the idea of how distribution of any voting, I mean anything that goes down to a decision, goes down through a voting in a DAO, and this is exactly what it is, and how great ideas would grow is when people would have the ability to vote for what is actually there without having skew of any politics, or yeah, or anything that could disrupt these ideas, I would say, in general.
Mhm. Yeah, I understand. It totally makes sense. I kind of probably started this topic now because I was proclaiming 2021 to be the year of DAOs in end of 2022. So this was kind of my forecast for what's going to happen in the blockchain space. I guess I was partly right, but also super far off, because a lot of other things happened that I didn't foresee, which is especially all the NFT, giving utilities to NFT, and kind of making, how to say, like making NFTs part of DeFi, in the sense that they are now just another building block that enables me to make a more complex Lego sculpture that I was able to do before, right? So I really wonder, is the DAO concept taking off more, and are we able to kind of to run organizations better? So yeah, I mean, I really hope that we kind of find ways in this year to engage more people into DAOs, to show really how easy that concept is. Because I got to be honest, for me, it's so radical and it's so different that it's very easy to get lost if nobody's holding your hand. And I would even say, if I didn't have, the connection here to the guys from Dash Embassy Dach back in the days, most likely I wouldn't be sitting here and talking about Dash, right? If these guys wouldn't like introduce us to the community, say, hey, look, these guys are gonna do a proposal. Here's the process. Hey, we know them. They're kind of trustworthy people. It's not like some random dudes that we just found on the street corner or something. So it's really about people in that community, I guess. Yeah, so let's get a quick break done, and after we are back to discuss what you see as trends coming in 2022. Stay with us.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 30 Minutes in Dash. It's the second half. I'm here with Shiva Badola, and we're discussing, after we discussed what is up for Dash in 2022, what is up with DAOs in 2022. I'm very excited to discuss now, what do you see as trends in 2022? So from the top of your head, Shiva, what are the top 3 or top 5 things you foresee in the space?
Uh, right off the bat, I think number one for me would be metaverse. Uh, just for the pure fact of the ridiculous amount of money that has gone into it in the past, and the brands that are going into it every day. Right from Facebook going Meta to H&M just releasing day before that they're building their first online store on the metaverse. To Samsung saying that they're gonna have things related to NFT displays that you do want in your metaverse inside your TVs. So just the fear of the mere fact that it's so adaptable, and I think Felix, and you'd agree with me on this. I mean, metaverse connects crypto and a lot of people just for the sheer fact that we have imagined as humans to get to have a second life and stuff like this. Whenever we think of the future, we always think of people with the headgears and sitting somewhere else in a different part of the world inside the game. So I think just because of all those things, I would say metaverse would be number one trend that I think will push, followed by definitely NFTs. I think the craze, the NFT wave is still going to ride. The board apes and the crypto punks are still going to stick around. A lot of mainstream media is still picking up on this craze, so I think the scope of how they can still broaden and get adapted by a lot of people in different ways, right, from tickets, etc., which we still would see, and it'll be pretty exciting to see how well it adapts. And thirdly, as you said, I mean, DAO is definitely something to look out for, uh, of how they would disrupt the way structures are built and organizations work in general. So, I mean, the top of my head, I would say these would be the three. But as you said, you can never predict what's going to happen in the crypto space. So, I would reserve the other two spots for things that no one can predict and will just happen. in the
Oh, I
crypto
like
space.
that. Yeah, that's a sneaky but very clever answer, I guess. Um, yeah, you're right. Probably I should do the same. Yet I kind of agree with you on the metaverse and on all kind of the combination between metaverse, the interest of big corporations. And I wonder, I mean, we have been talking about tipping points for mass adoption for I don't know how many times, kind of every year. You're right. I see a lot of corporations moving into it. Yet, I gotta say, also to play a bit of devil's advocate here, and like I'm always highly skeptical when I hear the words corporates and blockchain or crypto in one sentence. It always kind of gets a bullshit radar or bullshit alarm actively vibrating in my head, where I think like, yeah, okay, like, did you really get it, or is it just is that marketing guy kind of like cracking someone's nerves to do an announcement because they thought NFTs are so cool? And frankly, you know, we have these NFTs, we have this stuff. I don't see a lot of like really innovative or anything cool and amazing coming out of the we doing corporations with big corporates kind of vibe. I mean, frankly, NBA Top Shots or something, it's nice. People use it, yeah. But it's a kind of very uninspired, centralized solution to buy, NBA stuff or NBA snippets in a way, which I mean, what we talked before, like making NFT DeFi and kind of creating NFT synthetics using a picture as a collateral for a house. It's much more exciting for me, I gotta say. And I gotta say, these are not the concepts that I would predict that will come from kind of any big corporation, at least not as the driver of this innovation, right? What I kind of see now is there's a lot of companies who just really trying out completely new concepts. I mean, the reason Star Atlas took off so much because it's such a radical new concept for the gaming industry, right? It's for me kind of unimaginable actually that Rockstar with GTA or any of the big games, like would be the leader actually in that to say, hey, wow, it's like we are earning so much money already. Let's change our business model to do something super risky and experimental, right? It kind of also makes total sense. And it's in a way, I just discussed that with another friend. It's in a way also the same that was happening basically when we saw the internet coming up, right? I mean, you didn't see like Adidas or something saying, hey, wow, it's like we are doing direct to consumer sales now because it's the obvious future, right? No, they needed like 15 years and they needed Amazon to kind of completely go beyond them, right? And kind of, to become the market leader, the monopoly before any of them was able to change that, right? So I mean, my if anybody from a corporation is watching this, I mean, my recommendation is really to start thinking about business models and to really be open to see why other companies are so radically new and what do they do fundamentally different than what you do. And yeah, I mean, that's I guess my 2 cents and a bit of bashing corporations in that sense. I'm actually happy that we don't have to deal with them. I'm very open to deal with them, but let's stop convincing people and let's start more supporting and helping people who already got it. I think that's more of a more efficient use of our time, I guess. We got a comment here also from the crowd, so thank you for that. Gaming, esports, NFT, and metaverse. Yeah, man, I totally agree with you. These are for me as well kind of the big trends. And this is actually a good point here. I guess esports and gaming, like kind of from looking from a user side of things to also digest, like, why is it important? My prediction is that this will be the driver for people entering crypto. I mean, what I'm observing right now is that more and more people entering Discord who actually never used any crypto, who never did any crypto transaction, who never installed any MetaMask, and who really starting to get help there. So this is exactly kind of, this really excites me. I have to say, people who kind of have a purpose, they see, hey, I can play this game and earn some bucks. So now I'm taking these 2-3 hours to learn how it's done. I guess, that's what will really drive. And I mean, I had the thesis before to say, it will also be the biggest job market in the world in a few years from now, because it's not only gaming and having in-game economies that are value drivers. it will also be like normal jobs that you can do in the metaverse. You can become a 3D web designer and so on. And I guess that's really a driver. Shiva, what kind of tip would you give anyone who is new to that space, and like how would you like find out more, or how would you start this journey?
I would just bring out one of the main points that you made there, Felix, is that how the community is welcoming, and just the way that you can approach a lot of people in ways. It's every day, everyone in crypto is evolving. Projects are looking for more people to help them out in different ways, in different capacities. So there's room for everyone to come and to grow, to learn. It's the first step is, as you said, it's approachability. It's just getting in touch with people who are in the space, such as yourself, and a little bit of hand holding and direction to the wind that you have. And yeah, I mean, endless possibilities, as you said. Absolutely agreed with the job market space it's going to create. Just how the internet did, I think Web3, crypto, blockchain is going to be the future for the next 5, 10 years, and a decade. Uh, we will unfortunately, hopefully, dealing with corporates handing down big checks to get into the space. So I would say approachability would be the number one factor there.
That's a great point. How would you say, like, I mean, you being kind of a social media expert, marketing expert in that sense, like, what is kind of your recommendation to do things different in marketing and in communication to have this more direct approach?
Well, I would say, I mean, one of the key factors which has worked well for me in the past, and really works well in the crypto space, is just being at the right spaces. People say you have to be in the right
Mm.
place at the right time. In crypto, you just have to be in the right space, because every day time changes, and any every day new people are getting lucky, people are getting more successful, people are getting more knowledge and more growth just by being at the right channel. So, as you mentioned, Discord is one of the main factors where communities lie out of, and where crypto lives out of, along with Telegram, and of course Twitter, and multiple forums and tabloids that people can be a part of. But essentially, if you're keenly following an aspect of crypto, such as NFT, you're an NFT artist and you want to, sell your art onto a certain blockchain. It's I would say that it's very easy to reach out to the community management people, hit them up on Telegram, on Discord. I've seen, like, I don't think people use, and second me on this, Felix, people don't use much of emails in the crypto space at all. It's about cutting the time. It's about being efficient and just being direct. So that's how everyone works here, and I think that's what will work the best for people who want to get in as well.
Yeah, one more reasons not to talk to corporations, because I mean, send a fax or write an email, right? I mean, how many people have kind of an official WhatsApp number or Telegram? Even worse, like that's kind of impossible. So yeah, you're right. And so we are almost at the end of our time, sadly. There is a lot more to discuss. So let's help people. Let's make this a year of reaching out our hand to help people, to get people into the space, to help people, to start with something. So if you're an artist, if you are a gamer, if you have a web shop, if you have any cool ideas of what to do with crypto, or especially the metaverse, reach out to us and we will kind of help you to spin ideas, to find ways. Even if you're looking for a job, if you want to engage in to be in a DAO, for example, the Dash community, we are very happy to help you show the way, and to kind of engage you. So reach out to us. You can obviously reach out on the social media profiles. You can find me on LinkedIn, Felix Mago, Mago, or on Twitter, Felix Mago Crypto. Shiva, where do people find you and can ping you?
You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm SHIVA Shiva Badola, Badola. So you can just find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and also my email, which is shiva@foterio.io. So just feel free to reach out to me whenever, either through DMs or through mails, if you want to.
That's cute. It's futerio.com, if I remember correct. Not
It's
IO.
yeah.
But
My
yeah,
bad.
write an email. The fax number we will give you in the next episode when we see you again. We have to set that up first. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Shiva, thank you for, again, that great insight, your fantastic perspective on the market. So I'm super excited for 2022. And we will be here every 2 weeks, 30 minutes in Dash. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and fintech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store